Today's intention is kindness. Kindness is one of the simplest yet most powerful gifts we can offer. Kindness begins with the way we treat ourselves. Throughout this practice, notice where you can replace judgment with patience and criticism with understanding and grace. Let each movement be an opportunity to cultivate more kindness within. Settle in and let's take 3 deep breaths together. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale slowly out of your mouth. Take another deep breath. Let your belly and lungs expand, and then slowly and consciously release your breath. Breathe in. Let oxygen flow into every cell of your body, and gently breathe out. You can open your eyes, and on your next inhale, stretch your hands up to the sky and then down to your heart center. Let's do a neck release. Take your right hand to the left side of your head and gently pull your head down to your right shoulder. Stretch your left hand out to help you lengthen and deepen the stretch. Switch sides. Take your left hand to the right side of your head and gently pull your head down to your left shoulder. Stretch your right hand out in the opposite direction. Slowly release. You can clasp your hands together and then flip your palms outward as you straighten your arms out in front of you. Now move them above your head and we'll do some gentle side stretches. Move your hands slightly over to your right side and gaze up. You should feel a nice stretch along the left side of your body. Come back to center. Now move your hands slightly over to your left side and gaze up. Let the right side of your body stretch out. You can release your hands and we'll move into some twists. Take your left hand over to your right knee and twist to your right. Place your fingertips on the ground directly behind you and twist from your core while you pull up through the crown of your head. Switch sides. Take your right hand over to your left knee and twist to your left. Place your fingertips directly behind you on the ground to help you twist. Make sure to elongate through your spine as you twist. You can release and we'll come into a wide leg child's pose. Sit back on your heels, spread your knees towards the outer edges of your mat. Stretch your hands out in front of you and let your chest fall between your legs. Ground your forehead into the earth. Take a deep breath in and out. Soften into this gentle pose and let kindness guide your breath. You can slowly start to move your head from side to side, rolling out your third eye chakra, the intuition deep within you. Just gently roll your head from side to side. Now you can slowly come on up and come onto your hands and knees in a tabletop position as we prepare for some cat-cows. Make sure your knees are under your hips and your hands are under your shoulders. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the spine. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine. Inhale, look up, cow. Exhale, tuck your chin, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. One more round. Inhale, cow. And then exhale, cat. You can come back to neutral and gently rock your hips from side to side. Now let's do 3 big circles around to the right. Make them as big as you can, feeling into every part of your body. Nice big, slow circles. You can switch sides. 3 big circles around to the left. Nice big circles around for 2. And around for 3. Once you're done, you can come back to neutral and we'll move into balancing tabletop pose. Make sure your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Now stretch your right arm out in front of you and lift the opposite leg behind you. Now you can bend your left knee and grab your foot behind you with your right hand. Pull your foot down to your glutes and then lift up, pulling your left foot up and lifting your chest. Hold here and breathe. Keep lifting your foot and your chest up. Release. Straighten your arm and leg in one line and then come back down to tabletop. Let's do the other side. Stretch your left arm out in front of you and lift the opposite leg behind you. Now you can bend your right knee and grab your foot behind you with your left hand. Pull your foot down to your glutes and then lift up, pulling your right foot up and lifting your chest. Inhale and exhale. Keep lifting your foot and your chest up. Now you can release your foot, straighten your arm and leg back in one line and then come back down to tabletop. Now let's do a more relaxing pose. Keeping your knees grounded, walk your hands to the front of your mat for puppy pose. You can keep your forehead grounded on the earth or put your chin up on the mat for a deeper stretch. You should feel a nice stretch along your spine, stomach, and shoulders. Deep inhale, long, slow exhale. Relax and let your body open up. Now slowly move your hips forward into the ground for Sphinx pose. Your forearms should be parallel on the ground, elbows by your side. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift up through your chest. Now you can gently turn your head over to the right and then to the left. Over to the right and then to your left. One more time, right and then look over to the left. Come back to center. Move your arms down by your rib cage. On your inhale, push up into your upward facing dog. Lift your thighs off the ground and open up your heart space. Exhale, sit back into child's pose. Let's connect movement with breath. Inhale, slowly roll forward back into upward dog. Exhale, sit back into child's pose. Inhale, roll into upward dog. Open up your heart. And exhale, sit back into child's pose. Now let's push up into our first downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can shorten the distance between your hands and your feet so that your heels touch the ground. Spread your fingertips wide, push your palms into the earth. Pull your hips back and drop your shoulders away from your ears. You can walk out your dog, bending your right knee and then your left knee. Just go at your own pace. Do what works for you. And then once you're done, come back to stillness. Deep inhale and exhale. Now we'll roll into plank. Drop your knees and then your chest and your chin. Inhale, lift your chest into cobra as you squeeze your elbows in by your rib cage. And then push up back into downward facing dog. Push your palms in the earth and pull your hips back. Now slowly walk your feet up to your hands as we move into ragdoll. You can grab your elbows, let your head hang heavy, and sway up and down, side to side. Maybe shake your head up and down and side to side. Just let everything be loose. Next we'll move into hand to foot pose, Padahastasana. You can place one hand at a time underneath your feet, palms facing up. Inhale, slightly lift up. Exhale, pull your chest down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, fold. You can hold here and take some nice deep breaths. Maybe wiggle your toes to give your wrists a massage. And then release your hands one by one. Now you can walk out your legs, bend your right knee and your left knee, right and left. Now slowly roll up with a slight bend in your knees. Inhale, stretch your hands up to the sky, and then down to your heart center. Now place both of your hands on your heart and breathe. Send some love to yourself, and remember that kindness begins with being kind to yourself. Release any judgment here. Give yourself patience, forgiveness, and love. You can release your hands down and then come up to the front of your mat. Check to make sure your feet are about hips width apart. Roll out your shoulders a few times, forward and around. Just let any tightness loosen up. Let's take a flow. Inhale, stretch your hands up to the sky, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with a straight spine. Step back into plank, tighten your core. Exhale, elbows in, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, open up your heart. Exhale, roll over your toes and into downward facing dog. Push your palms into the earth, pull your hips back and drop your shoulders away from your ears. Now you can walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift with a straight spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll up with a slight bend in your knees, hands to the sky, and down to your heart center. Let's prepare for chair pose, Utkatasana. Make sure your feet are hips width apart. Lift your arms up by your ears and sit back. Tighten your core. Make sure your knees are in line with your feet. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your thighs. Inhale and exhale. Let's twist. Hands come down to your heart center. Twist to your right. Left elbow comes to your right knee. Gaze down at the ground. For an extra challenge, gaze up to your right. But make sure your knees stay in one line. Switch sides. Come back to chair. Hands to the sky. And then down to prayer position. Twist to your left. Right elbow comes to your left knee. Gaze down at the ground or gaze up to your left. Make sure your knees stay in one line. Release, come back to chair, and then fold forward. Slowly roll up with a slight bend in your knees, hands to the sky, and down to your heart. On your next inhale, stretch your hands up to the sky, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back into plank, navel to spine. Exhale, elbows in, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, open up your heart. Exhale, sit back into child's pose. You can close your eyes. Take a deep inhale and long, slow exhale. Let kindness flow to you and through you. Feel it as a beautiful, bright light moving through your entire body. Take one more breath, and then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Let's prepare for three-legged dog. Stretch your right leg up to the sky and bring your knee to your chest. Drop your foot to the ground. You can drop your back knee and rest your hands on your right knee in a low lunge. Keep your hips square and let the front of your left thigh stretch out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, flow your hands up to the sky. Take a slight back bend. Exhale, flow your arms down and bring your chest to your knee. Let's move with our breath. Inhale, flow your hands up. Slight back bend. Exhale, release down. Inhale, flow your arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, flow your hands up. Exhale, release your hands down to your mat. Walk your right foot out to the edge of your mat. You can slightly roll on the outer edge of your right foot as you twist and grab your back foot with your right hand. Draw your heel to your glutes and gaze over your right shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently release. Bring both hands down to your mat. And then you can step back into your downward facing dog. Push your palms into the earth. Pull your hips back and drop your shoulders away from your ears. Stretch your right leg back up to the sky. Bend your knee, open up your hip, but try to keep your shoulders square to the front. Breathe and let the side of your body open up. Now bring your right knee to your chest as we prepare for pigeon pose. Lay the right side of your calf down to your mat and flex your right foot to protect your knee. Make sure your hips are square and your back leg is directly behind you. Lift up through your chest and then exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. And then exhale, come down to your elbows. You can stay here or maybe come all the way down, resting your forehead on your hands. Deep inhale, long, slow, conscious exhale. Pigeon pose can be a difficult pose, so just breathe and try to soften and relax your muscles. Release, come on up, and then step back into your downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Now stretch your left leg up to the sky for three-legged dog. Bring your knee to your chest and drop your foot to the ground. You can drop your back knee and rest your hands on your left knee in a low lunge. Keep your hips square and let the front of your thigh stretch out. Inhale, flow your hands up to the sky, take a slight back bend. Exhale, flow your arms down and bring your chest to your knee. Let's move with our breath. Inhale, flow your hands up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, flow your hands up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, up. And then exhale, you can release your hands down to your mat. Walk your left foot out to the edge of your mat. You can roll slightly on the outer edge of your left foot as you twist and grab your back foot with your left hand. Draw your heel to your glutes and gaze over your left shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently release. Bring both hands down to your mat and then step back into your downward facing dog. Push your palms into the earth. Pull your hips back and drop your shoulders away from your ears. Stretch your left leg back up to the sky. Bend your knee. Open up your hip, but keep your shoulders square to the front. Let the side of your body open up. Now bring your left knee to your chest as we prepare for pigeon pose on the other side. Lay the left side of your calf down to your mat and flex your left foot to protect your knee. Make sure your hips are square and your back leg is directly behind you. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, you can come down to your elbows and hold here. You can stay here or maybe come all the way down, resting your forehead on your hands. Deep inhale and long, slow, conscious exhale. Bring awareness to your breath and into your body. Release any judgment about where your body is today. Send any tight areas a kind and loving breath. You can slowly come on up and step back into downward facing dog. Now let's drop down into a child's pose. Option to take a wide leg child's pose. Maybe tent your fingertips on your mat and ground your forehead into the earth and breathe. Remember that kindness starts within. The more kindness you can offer yourself, the more it will flow outward into the world around you. Our world needs more love and more kind-hearted souls to lead the way. A small act of kindness can change someone's life. It may not be much to you, but maybe it can mean everything to someone else. You can slowly come on up to a seated position and move into fire log pose. Make sure both sit bones are grounded. Move your left shin forward so it's parallel to the edge of your mat. Pick up your right leg and place your right ankle directly on top of your left knee. Your shins should be stacked in one line. Make sure to flex both feet to protect your joints. You can keep your chest lifted or fold forward, allowing your hands to come down to the ground. If this is too much, just come back up. Patience and alignment is better than trying to take a pose to the next level. Let's switch sides. Slide your right shin forward so it's parallel to the edge of your mat. Pick up your left leg and place your left ankle directly on top of your right knee. Make sure to flex both feet. You can stay upright and breathe, or fold forward, allowing your hands to come down to the ground in front of you. Remember that it's okay to be in different stages of your practice, even just from one day to another. You can release, and we'll get some movement back into our hips. Bend your knees, and then just move them from side to side. Let your hips and your lower back release any lingering tension. You can come back to a cross-legged position, and we'll end our practice with some gentle seated side stretches. Take your left arm up and over your head as you stretch over to your right side. Gaze up and pull back on your left shoulder to stay aligned. Deep breath in and out. Switch sides, right arm comes up and over your head as you stretch over to your left side. Keep your chest open and pull back on your right shoulder. Inhale and exhale. You can release, let your hands fall down to your knees, and take a grounding breath. Now stretch your hands up to the sky and then down to your heart center. Thank you for your kind and beautiful practice. Namaste. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to help my channel grow. Peace and love, Kishi and Moon. Hi Moonstar Yogis, I would love for you to share your experience or feedback in the comments below. You can also connect with me on social media and check out my website. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and for your love and support.